Tonight, before you drift off to sleep, I want to share a story with you. Not about dragons or castles or outer space, but about something far more real. A story you've been living all along, whether you realize it or not. It's the story of a game. Not a video game, not a board game, but a game you've been playing since the day you were born. The game of life. And in this game, the rules aren't explained. There's no tutorial, no save button, no extra lives. Just you, and time, and choices. Some players start with advantages, more money, more love, more guidance. Others, they begin in darkness, no map, no tools, no mentors. But the truth is simple. Your starting point doesn't define your ending. What matters is this: how fast you learn the rules, how deep you understand the mechanics, and how hard you're willing to play, even when no one's watching. So tonight, let's break it down. Let's decode the game. Let's uncover the 7 rules to winning your version of life. Rule 1, know your map. You can't win a game you don't understand. Most people drift. They're just playing day to day. Wake up, eat, scroll, work, sleep, repeat. But winners? They ask different questions. They look around and ask, where am I? What phase of the game am I in? What does this level demand from me? At 18, maybe it's learning. At 25, maybe it's building. At 35, it might be scaling. At 45, protecting. At 60, teaching. Each stage has its quests, and your map won't look like anyone else's, because this game is personal. Rule 2, hustle is your weapon. In a world full of excuses, hustle is your edge. It's the sword you sharpen when things are hard. It's what you use when talent alone isn't enough. Because here's the truth: talent is overrated. Effort, that's where power is. While others sleep, you train. While others scroll, you study. While others complain, you adapt. Every push you make when no one sees, that's XP. That's how you level up. Rule 3, build your character. In every great game, the player has stats: strength, stamina, intellect. In real life, those stats are your habits, discipline, and self-respect. Every time you show up on time, you boost reliability. Every time you finish what you start, you gain focus. Every time you say no to distractions, your resistance grows. Character isn't built when things are easy. It's built in the cold, dark mornings, when you get up anyway. Rule 4, don't chase coins, chase leverage. Money is part of the game, but it's not the end game. Some people collect coins, others collect assets, knowledge, network, freedom. Real wealth isn't just about numbers, it's about leverage, doing more with less. It's earning while you sleep, impacting beyond your presence. So stop trading your time for pennies. Learn to build systems, to multiply, to scale, because leverage turns players into kings. Rule 5, guard your mind. Your mind is your operating system. Keep it clean. The people you follow, the content you consume, the thoughts you entertain. Garbage in, garbage out. Most people sabotage themselves not with failure, but with distraction. You don't lose the game because of one big mistake. You lose it because you kept wasting minutes, and those minutes added up. So protect your attention like your life depends on it, because it does. Rule 6, the lonely level is inevitable. There's a part of the game no one tells you about. It's called the lonely level. It's when you start changing, but your circle doesn't. You're evolving, but they don't see it. You wake up early, you say no to parties, you read, you think, you build, and no one claps. This is where most players quit, because it's cold, it's quiet, it's painful. But this is also where the real growth happens, where you meet yourself, If you can survive the lonely level, you unlock mastery. Rule 7. Define your endgame. Most people don't lose because they aim too high. They lose because they have no idea what they're aiming for. They chase what others call success, money, likes, cars, status, only to feel empty when they get there. So define your win. Is it peace, freedom, impact, love? Is it time with family, creating art, building a legacy? Whatever it is, make sure it's yours. Because the only real intelligence in this game is getting what you truly want, not what the world told you to want. And now, as your eyes get heavier and the night gets deeper, let me remind you of one last truth. You're not behind. You're not late. You're not too broken. You're just a player in the middle of the level, learning the rules, gaining XP, sharpening your tools. So rest now, breathe deeply, and when tomorrow comes, wake up and keep playing, because the game isn't over, and it's not luck that wins. Let your mind begin to wander, not to your past, good night, but to a vision of your future. A future where you've already won the game, not just survived it, not just coasted through, but won it. Let's go there now. Let's imagine it in detail. Let's feel it. It's morning. You wake up in a place you chose, not a place life forced on you. The sheets are clean. The air is still. Your heart is calm. No rush, no dread, just quiet confidence. You check your phone. No stress, no fires to put out. Just messages from people who respect you, love you, need your wisdom. Because now you've built something. A name that matters. A work that matters. A life that matters. You stretch. You smile. You remember. You built this. Now picture this. Your parents, they're proud. Not for what you bought. Not for your job title. But for the peace you carry. For how you walk into a room. For how you treat people. For how you never gave up. You were the one who broke the cycle. The one who stood back up. The one who rewrote the story. Your friends, they say, you're different now, but in a good way. More grounded, more alive, more you. You don't fake smiles anymore. You don't beg for validation. You don't perform. You exist fully, and they notice. They admire it, because energy doesn't lie. And your energy now, it's pure, it's earned, it's magnetic. Now zoom out. Look at your health. You're not drained anymore. You move with ease. You eat with intention. You rest without guilt. Your body finally feels like home, not a battlefield, not a punishment, but a trusted ally. Your mind is clear, not because life got easier, but because you got wiser. You stopped chasing chaos. You started choosing peace. Let's go deeper. Your finances, they're stable. No more counting cents. No more late-night anxiety. You buy what you need. You invest with confidence. You sleep knowing your future is covered. Because you learned. You adapted. You made money serve you, not the other way around. And your purpose? It's no longer a question. You're not lost. You're not just chasing what's trending. You know what you're here to do, and you do it. With fire, with flow, with faith. People thank you now for showing up, for being real, for giving them permission to rise too. Now imagine this moment. You're walking somewhere calm, maybe a forest, a beach, or just your quiet backyard, and you pause, you breathe, and you smile. Not because everything's perfect, but because you remember how far you came. You see flashes of your past, nights you cried, days you doubted, times you nearly gave up, and you realize every hard day became fuel, every failure became data, every setback became a setup. You made it, not by luck, but by courage, by choosing to rise again and again. Now picture the people who counted you out, the ones who said, "You'll never make it." They see you now. They don't say much. They don't need to, because your life is loud enough. Your peace is loud enough. Your consistency is loud enough. You don't need to prove anymore. You've already proven to the only person who mattered, you. And one more thing. Look at your inner world, the voice inside your head. It used to be cruel, scared, loud. Now, it's calm, supportive, rooted. You talk to yourself like someone you love, because now you do love yourself. Not because you're perfect, but because you showed up. You kept going. You grew. Take another breath. Let this feeling linger. This is not fantasy. This is a preview. A preview of what happens when you stop playing small, when you stop asking for permission, when you start betting on yourself. This is what's possible, not for someone else, but for you. So sleep now. Let your body rest. Let your heart hold this vision, because tomorrow you wake up closer. Tomorrow you walk stronger, and one day you'll live this vision, not because you got lucky, but because you earned it. Good night. And don't forget, you're not just in the game. You were born to win it. Close your eyes. Breathe, not like you're trying to fall asleep, but like you're preparing for war. The war against mediocrity. The war against the life you settled for. Tonight, I want you to imagine what it looks like when you finally become that person. Not just someone surviving life, but someone who dominates it. Picture this. You wake up in a home you paid for, with money you earned, through skills you built. There's no alarm clock, only your internal drive, because you're no longer dragged by life. You lead it. You don't hit snooze anymore, because you don't need escape. This life, you designed it. Now think about your finances. They're not a stressor anymore. They're a tool. You can pay for anything, not because you're wasteful, but because you can. You see a problem, you fix it. You see someone you care about struggle, you help them. You're the provider now. You don't just take care of yourself. You take care of everyone, family, friends, the people who matter, not because you have to, but because you can, because hustle equals options, and options equals power. Let's talk strength, mental strength. You used to crumble under pressure. Now, you thrive in it. The world throws chaos. You throw back clarity. The world throws fear. You throw back fire. You're not easily shaken anymore. You're rooted. You've seen storms and walked through them, not broken, but battle-tested. You've buried your old self, the one who overthought, hesitated, doubted. You chose evolution, and now you move with purpose. Spiritually, you're aligned, not distracted, not desperate. You wake up with peace because you know who you are and who you're becoming. No more chasing people, no more proving yourself. You're already enough, and they know it. You carry silence like a weapon. You don't need to shout. Your energy speaks before your mouth ever opens. And physically, you're sharp. You walk into rooms, and people feel it. Posture strong, eyes locked, presence undeniable. You don't chase attention, you command it, because your life is the proof. Your success is the echo. You're not just here to exist, you're here to lead. Now, picture this. You're standing in front of your younger self. He or she looks up at you, wide-eyed, curious. You don't have to say a word, because your presence already told the story. We made it. You became the person they dreamed of, the one who's not scared of bills, not scared of opinions, not scared of loss. You became someone who builds, who heals, who protects, who provides. You became that one in the family who changed the legacy, the one who bought the land, who paid off the debt, who gave the next generation something solid to stand on. You became the standard, the example. So now, imagine walking through the world with that weight behind your name. Not just hype, not just words, results, impact, freedom. You walk into a room and feel no pressure to prove anything, because you've already proved everything to the only one that matters, you. This is the reward of hustle. This is the result of choosing discomfort now so you can live with power later. Success isn't an accident. It's the outcome of war, daily war, between the version of you that settles and the version of you that wins. So tonight, as your eyes close and your body begins to rest, remember, you are the builder, the protector, the provider, the example, the strong one, the silent weapon, the chosen leader. You are hustle. You are success. Sleep now. The next war begins at sunrise, and you're ready. Tonight, before the world fades into silence and the lights dim and the noise quiets down, I want to talk to the part of you that no one sees, the part of you that wants to grow, the part of you that's tired but refuses to quit, the part of you that knows you were never meant for average. This is for the builder, the late bloomer, the one they doubted, the one they underestimated, because they didn't see the work you were doing when no one was watching. They didn't see the fire you built from failure. They didn't see the nights you cried quietly while still planning your next move. They didn't see you reading at 2 a.m., studying when others were partying. They didn't see the pain. They only see the result. They thought you were just lucky. They said, some people are just born with it. But they didn't see the early mornings, the late nights, the sacrifices. They didn't see the hours you spent learning when everyone else was scrolling. They didn't feel the hunger in your gut when you had no results, just faith. They didn't hear your doubt screaming in your head, but still, you kept going, because somewhere deep inside you knew success isn't inherited, it's built. You didn't ask for handouts. You didn't wait for permission. You took the stairs while they waited for an elevator. You got rejected and showed up again. You failed and studied harder. You broke and rebuilt. This is what growth looks like. Messy, exhausting, unseen, but always worth it. Growth isn't a highlight reel. It's not what you post. It's what you live. Growth is choosing the hard thing today so tomorrow becomes easier. It's walking away from comfort and toward challenge. It's waking up when your body says no. It's doing the reps when your brain says, skip it. It's facing the mirror not to admire, but to confront. You see, growth is never sexy at the start. It's slow, painful. It asks for your patience. It demands your humility. But growth pays interest. It compounds. And one day, it shows, not in applause, but in the way you walk, in the way you handle pressure, in the way you stay calm when others panic, in the silence of knowing you became who you were meant to be. Let's talk about discipline. Discipline is your real superpower, not motivation, not talent, not hype. Discipline is doing the work when no one claps, when no one's watching, when nothing goes your way, but you still move. You want to change your life? Then change what you tolerate. Change what you allow. Change how you show up, even when it's hard. Because discipline isn't punishment, it's self-respect. Discipline is brushing your teeth at 11 p.m. because it matters. It's showing up to work on your craft when it's not fun. It's saying no to what's easy so you can say yes to what's great. You don't need motivation. You need clarity. You don't need permission. You need decision. The people who win, they're not the loudest. They're the most consistent, even when it hurts, even when it's boring, even when no one believes in them. Consistency is the quiet builder of empires. It's the daily brick. It's the journal entry. It's the reading, the planning, the representatives. Every day you work, you widen the gap between who you were and who you're becoming. Every workout, every book, every choice to show up, it all compounds, it all counts. And one day, you'll walk into a room and people will feel the difference. You won't have to say a word, because success leaves a scent, a presence, an energy. It's built on everything you did when nobody clapped. It's the silence that screamed, "I'm not done yet." It's what separates dreamers from doers. So tonight, remember, you don't rise to the level of your dreams. You fall to the level of your discipline. The goal is not perfection. The goal is progress. The goal is to keep showing up, to keep learning, to keep growing. When it hurts, keep building. When it's slow, keep building. When it's lonely, keep building. Success is not an accident. It is your responsibility. You're not chasing results. You're chasing mastery. And mastery never ends. You'll never arrive, but you'll evolve. One hard day at a time. One small win at a time. And you won't just succeed. You'll transform. Built, not born. Rest well tonight, because tomorrow you build again.